I'm getting shot by a million bullets.
What does that have to do with going up the wrong escalator?
Everything.
Okay.
You can see evidence of the opposite of what Asta's saying right now, where I die in 5 seconds and he solos the fight. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Austin.
And we are here to play games.
In confusing Xeno-y ways.
Welcome back to Xenosaga episode 2.
Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
All right then.
All right then. Yes, we are at the Ormus Stronghold. Going to go ahead and give you guys a little catch up. I did manage to do a little bit of leveling of the ESs here. As always, if this is your first video in the series, check out our playlist. And if you wanted to read the story summary, feel free to go back and pause it. That's the wrong button. So, I've moved around co-pilots a little bit, and I've done some leveling of the ES units. They're all level 30 now. As always, 30 is kind of overkill. You're going to be fine on this next boss at about 25. I would recommend leveling to 25, though, with all 3 of your ES units. One of the annoying things about leveling ES units is the one not in your party gets half EXP. So you got to rotate them through a little bit. It's a thing. Now, we are pretty much set up for this boss we're about to go to here. I am going to... it is recommended to run... I've been running Xion and Zebulon with Momo, but I'm going to bring Ziggy in to change the special attack Zebulon has in case we need to use it. You're going to want Chaos in Dina with Kos-mos, and as I've been running Jin in Asher with Junior. I struggle to think of a time when you don't want Jin in Asher, because Wings of Light is so good. Up to you. But yeah, I definitely advise it for this upcoming fight because it's a fantastic encounter for doing heavy damage with that. We are going to want all 3 ESs equipped for this encounter. So equip them roughly like this. Running Ondina, Anti-Beam Armor, EF Circuit A, Ox Armor A. Asher, Anti-Beam Armor, Tune Circuit, and Charge Recover. And Zebulon is Anti-Beam Armor, Power Shield, and Ox Armor B. As you can tell, there's a lot of beam damage coming our way in this upcoming fight. So, and you know what? I'm actually going to, I think... Yeah, we're going to upgrade this one to a B, because I don't think the boss advice from the fact we're using took into account that I got other drops of Ox Armor B. So more defense is never a bad thing. Oh yeah, right. The other thing you're going to want to make sure you do is we're going to start the fight with Dina and Asher here. Put Asher here. Do not put Asher here. Put Asher here. There is a reason for that I will explain when we get into the fight here. But put Asher in the second slot and don't move Asher off of the second slot. One of the reasons for that is Asher has the most HP of any of the units. So that's where you want him to sit.
Is this like a positioning on the board thing?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting little mechanic that's coming up in the boss fight. Basically, to explain it a little bit, there's going to be a big hit coming, and it's going to target that slot. It's going to target the slot Asher is sitting in. So you want the beefiest mech you have in that spot.
Interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, we should be able to go ahead and get it started here. I think what we need to do to start this up is... Let me just verify here. I am pretty sure... Yeah, okay. So we're going to use this elevator while we're going up. Destroy those crates.
Maybe I'm being a little dumb, but in here, the guide suggests that you make sure that you have a BG value of 3. What is that?
Boost gauge.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't see it on the menu, so if you're not sure of it, go into a battle, and you should be able to see it. Boost gauge doesn't decay between battles, and I haven't been using boost while grinding, so I guarantee you I have 3.
Okay. I thought it did degrade between battles for some reason. Okay.
No. It shouldn't anyway. I could be wrong.
Shows what I've been paying attention to.
We're about to see if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? All right. Guess who's back?
It's a button.
It is a button. Ah, yes, my old nemesis. Buttons.
Buttons.
My name is Richard. I
Is
assume you remember.
Michael!
I'm sorry,
Shut up, Richard.
but I have no time for games. Honestly, I grow weary of these encounters. I've had enough.
All right, man.
Who even are you, dude?
Exactly. So sometimes I'll have lore on characters. I got nothing on Richard.
He's just a faceless, grumpy dude.
He's an angry man that attacks us. That's what Richard is.
Oh, okay, I guess.
All right, we're gonna take a couple hits from this boss here, so I'm gonna go ahead and stock up with both units here.
I won't hold back.
Let them get their angry tantruming out of the way.
What does EC stand for again?
Oh,
EC?
That's Ether Charge, I think.
Okay.
I think that's what that is. It might not be Ether Charge. Energy Charge? I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's the boost gauge. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, no, I understand fundamentally what it is, but it's a different title? Label. So I wasn't sure what the label meant, you know?
Yeah.
Y'all both have 0 EP.
Correct.
But you have ether charge skills or something like that.
Yeah, okay. I went to try to look up what EC is because I was not expecting that question, and I have no idea what it is. So yeah, we're gonna go with energy charge, and at some point, if I look it up and I figure out what it is, I'm gonna be like, hey, I was an idiot. Okay.
Well, it's just like EP, but with a C. Okay, great.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna use the change command here now that we have Dina charged up, because we need Zebulon to do a thing. But first of all, we are going to target Scutum at first, I believe. Yep. Yeah, so Pilum's a little annoying, but as in the before encounter, Scutum is a lot more dangerous because he can heal. So, I'm gonna start it off.
It's time to settle this.
Got him to about half health with one cast of Wings of Light, so we're in very good shape here.
Oh, yeah. Normally, the suggestion is to get everybody up boosted and then use Aura Chain
Charge boost.
You keep up.
Indeed.
on Scutum.
Yep. Aura Chain is good. The charge boost is the common one. This is the other encounter that allows you to steal a tuned circuit. We had to get the rare drop before. In this one, we can just use Psycho Pocket until we get the rare steal. Anti-fire armor.
Deploying armor field.
No, okay. Yeah, Pilum has the tuned circuit, so charge boost is the rare steal from Scutum, so now we can kill Scutum, which is good.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, I'm
Yep.
actually going to go ahead and bring Dina back in, and then we'll use specials on Scutum to kill him.
Yep. So once Scutum falls, which will be shortly, Hylam will begin to interrupt by using a boost gauge, possibly. But his attacks become stronger. You cannot evade them.
Yep. Yep, and I think Pilum has enough health to... Let's double check it. Yeah, okay, we're good there. All right, so yeah, we'll use Chain Blast to knock out some...
Yep.
Uh-oh.
If for some reason you start losing too much HP, you can always swap out Dinah for Zebulon and remedy the situation with some Medica. So.
Yep. Yeah, that was a big attack of his, and as you can tell, being level 30 means we're not in immediate danger here. I do also have Charge Recover on Asher, so it's very unlikely that I'm going to be in danger in the immediate future here. So we
yeah,
got
fair
plenty
enough.
of time to steal the Toon Circuit from Pilum here. Anti-Thunder Armor.
Interesting.
Keep stocking here and keep trying to steal.
Nice.
There it is. Toon Circuit.
Perfect. It's also worth noting that they are fairly weak to status effects.
They are.
So,
They're also weak to getting punched in the face.
yes, of course, especially at your level.
Yep.
But yeah, just a couple things worth noting
Yes,
as
indeed.
you are doing it yourself.
Pieces.
Yeah, we'll use... I want to see how well this special does. Power Kick. This is a Fire and Strike.
Yeah. Looks like Scutum had 19,200 HP,
Mm-hmm.
and Pilum has 17,700.
Yeah, his defense has gone up too, so... yeah, if you do want to status him, let's see. Let's do Break Armor on him. You could do that with Zebulon. Zebulon is really probably my favorite ES in this game because of its ability to use ether skills. That did not seem to break armor him, unfortunately, but most of the time that is useful so you can just Medica, which was very weird after playing Xenogears and Xenosaga Episode 1. It's like, oh yeah, just use ether moves to, like, that's not how... You could use inner healing on Veltal, but it would not heal the unit. It would up his defense. So... it's kind of a funny thing. Richard's going crazy.
Richard is crazy.
Yeah. Personally, and we will have a battle up and coming where I can demonstrate this, but personally my favorite co-pilot for Momo and Zebulon is Shion, because then she can use Starlight Arrow, which is a pretty solid skill. I quite like.
You.
I'm doing a little capping up here. As you can tell, at level 30, this is not a difficult encounter. It's just you got to get through the damage sponge, basically, with Pilum, because he's buffed after you kill Scutum. But the upside to that is he's not getting healed, which is nice.
Fair enough.
Takes care of him. Get out of here, Richard. No one likes you.
My name's Richard.
My name is Richard. Okay.
I'm so angry. What did we do to you? I'm not telling you. Okay.
All right, then.
Let me be salty. All right, so once again, these bosses are relatively unimportant.
Yeah. So there is a little bit of backstory to Richard, but it's relatively, like, there's not much. It's a lot of the Inquisitors and members of the organization Richard comes from have tragic paths as well, I guess. And so, they get basically recruited into this organization that gives them purpose. It's sort of like Commander Cherenkov from episode 1.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that.
Yep.
R.I.P., buddy.
Yes, indeed.
Like, I actually feel bad for Cherenkov after everything that happened. Like,
Yeah, like I have no real empathy for Richard as a character, but Cherenkov, man, that was rough.
there's a hole in the wall.
There sure is. Looks like somebody fired a very large beam or bullet at the wall. I'm gonna push the button. I'm gonna do it.
You should do it.
I did it.
It's a big blue button. It's not a big red button, and that makes me sad.
That is true. It is a big blue button. This is such a long bridge animation. There we go.
I have so many questions about the architectural choice of doing a bridge like that.
Rule of cool.
Yeah. I don't know why it bothers me, because it is cool. Like, fundamentally, yeah, it's cool. A bunch of little panels just flew up in the air, but
It's one of those situations, I feel, where it's like, okay, that was a choice. Why did you do that? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Why does this exist? Is my question.
Yeah.
Just on a pragmatic scale,
Yeah.
at this time in the future, why would you do it like that?
Everyone designing it was extra or something.
I guess, and it's clearly high enough to not be affected by the ES units.
Yeah.
So it makes even less sense to have a bridge that goes down into the floor.
It does. It really does. Yeah. Ew.
Whatever.
All right. So we got to retreat back out of here, because the entire point of coming down this way was to open up that bridge, basically. So
extra.
now that we've done that, we can proceed into the Stronghold proper. Because this was kind of just, oops, that was the wrong way. This is just kind of the opening lobby area of it. The Stronghold has quite a lot more.
This was just the waiting area.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, while I'm doing that. Interesting things about the word Ormus.
Ooh, tell me.
Yeah, okay, so there's a couple of different references it could possibly mean. One of them is Ormuzd or Ormazd, names given to Ahura Mazda, creator deity in Zoroastrianism. Translates to the Lord of Wisdom. But the more interesting meanings, and probably closer to the intended meaning, are former kingdom that spanned the Strait of Hormuz at the mouth of the Persian Gulf. Also named after Ahura Mazda, and it's not exactly called Ormus, it's something close to it though. And then the other one is a alchemical term, Ormus, which is kind of a corruption of Ormiz with an E instead of a U, which stands for orbitally rearranged monoatomic elements, or M-state materials. So back in 1975, these were supposedly discovered by David Hudson, who was a cotton farmer from Arizona. And essentially, it was a renewal of the idea that if you find the perfect element, it can do anything, kind of the Philosopher's Stone idea. But these were precious metals that had an exotic state of matter that let them do things. So they, the metals don't form bonds or crystals, they are single atoms, which you're getting into molecular science there, basically. So, the composition of things, physics, and all of that. But it is supposedly the material that the soul or the life force of all organisms are made of, the essence of life. So it's got multiple meanings. And this is what is so fun about the Xeno games, is the word choice, even in a game where you can sort of tell there's some chaos happening with the story and with the narrative and everything, there's still interesting choices being made about like terms that are being used, in my opinion.
Right, yeah, I can't speak for this game specifically, but at least with Xenosaga and Xenogears, I feel like names have been very intentional.
Yeah.
They're not just like picked on a whim, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and the Ormus idea is also kind of regarded as spurious even within alchemy, you know, like it's not a real philosopher's stone. I get some vibes of like pyrite, fool's gold type stuff from that.
Sure. I like the wisdom connection specifically because it has a lot of really interesting strings that it can tie into.
Indeed, indeed.
As a complete non sequitur, when we started talking about it, I immediately remembered of a character from Aragon of all things, which if you haven't read the Inheritance Cycle, I think is what it's called, or the saga maybe, but it's Aragon, Eldest, Brysinger, and Inheritance are the 4 books that are part of that book series. Really good book series. I really enjoy them.
We can get past the boxes we blew up now. Woohoo!
Woohoo! And open that chest. But there's a character whose name is Ormus.
Right.
Or Ormus. And he's like one of the mentor characters.
Real quick, rapid refresh here is what we just unlocked with that secret key. Regeneration ×2 during reserve. So that's nice if you have characters that are kind of functioning as mana batteries and you want to leave them like off the front lines. Teach them rapid refresh. It's a nice one. Anyway, continue.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's really all it is that he's this mentor-like character, and it made me think of the names as we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And like the wisdom that would come with being a mentor, right?
Sure. The wise sage. Right, we gotta.
And he kind of gives off that impression too. So.
Who does? Sorry.
Ormus, the wise sage.
Ormus does. Okay.
Yeah, he's very collected. And
giant that save point is. Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. It is quite large.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Is this locked off? Yeah, it is. It has been a while since I've run through this dungeon. So this is a pretty solid second dungeon. There's a fair amount of stuff in here. It's going to be very interesting. So I've been excited to get here. This is probably my favorite dungeon in this game. It's going to be a tough call. I may change my tune a little bit later, but this is a pretty cool dungeon, in my opinion.
Do you like it more than the Merkaba in the last one?
No, I don't think so. But Proto Merkaba had quite a lot going on.
That's true.
It was pretty cool.
There's a huge influx of like stuff going on as soon as you get there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Proto Merkaba was massive. Okay, let's see here. We got some zones to hit. All right.
Some Mutic soldiers.
CSSP2 is BB. Probably. No extra. I'm gonna learn some break zones here in this battle.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I will use Jin at some point, by the way. It's just he's kind of lower level than everybody right now as far as skills go, so I want to mess with it a little bit later when I have the chance to grind him up.
If you don't grind up levels like Dan does, then the suggested party is actually Kos-mos, Ziggy, and Jin for this setup.
Yeah, I don't really understand that suggestion. Feel free to leave a comment if you use a party like that. I'm definitely curious. But basically the problem I have with it is you have somebody who's downing and someone who's upping at the same time. Alright, we got all the break zones learned here, so let's start getting rid of some of these guys. We can't boost Momo because she's visible. We're gonna take care of that soon.
Yeah. Well, you could down them after they've been upped, right?
So if you're not boosting, they will be downed after. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What?
That was a lot of bullets.
I didn't even realize that Junior was on the ground until I saw all the bullets.
He got pancaked into the ground, and then they just kept firing. Like, okay. Guess he's getting shot a bunch of times. Cool.
It's okay. Band-Aids fix everything.
True. Got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then Kos-mos was like the DPS in the last one. She hit so hard.
Yep. She is still solid in this game. I just quite like Kos-mos, which is why I use her as my character who airs things. But Jin is equally capable of it, really, because the approach to party members is they're not as unique as they were in episode 1. For better or worse, that's essentially what they did. Is there are specific roles. There's support. There's air. There's ground.
They just kind of homogenized them all.
Yeah, pretty much. Took care of that.
All right, let's call it a day.
I could see there being some benefit to that in the sense that you could have an arrangement of a party and it could just be like your preference and it wouldn't be like too detrimental. Which in most JRPGs you can do this regardless, right? You
Right.
just learn to deal with whatever your party is set up to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is a choice. It's an interesting choice to homogenize your party members like that, but
Definitely a choice. That's right.
all right.
Oh, okay, here we go. Get up here. What's this way then? A dead end. Oh my god.
We wasted that trap. It's so unfortunate.
Yep, couldn't really do anything about that. I ran straight into that enemy. Whoopsie. Come at me. All right. We're not surrounded this time. Good.
I'm surprised you didn't go up the wrong way.
With her on our side, we can't lose.
Listen. I'm getting shot by a million bullets.
What does that have to do with going up the wrong escalator?
Everything.
Okay, perfect. Understood.
Uh-huh.
I will keep that in mind.
Good. That's a good idea. Oh, can I air him? I can. Aw, didn't.
I don't know if you've looked at my notes at all since we've been recording.
Of course, I always look at. No, I think I missed them.
That's fair. Well,
I'm sorry.
well, no, it's fine. It's the reason I bring it up is because I have amused myself in the notes, and you are welcome to look at them at your earliest convenience.
All right then, I will do that.
Because it's not quite on the level of like Xenogears notes where I had like all caps things that were happening.
Yes.
But I still tickled myself knowing that you might look at it at some point. So
Care to disclose any gems for our viewers?
well, for this one, it's I don't want to ruin the surprise. So maybe as another example, when we were talking about Junior's ability to halt cell growth a few episodes back,
I'm glad I could help.
and you were like, well, that's why he doesn't age, yeah? And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. That's literally what I typed in my notes, was just like all capitals. Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Oh my god. Yep.
So, you know, I think I have a couple of spaces where I'm just like legally distinct gears TM. I'm talking about like ES units or something.
Yeah.
So I do that kind of shenanigery when I make notes all the time.
Well, good. This
If y'all want to see my notes raw at some point,
as decoder
maybe
too?
we can add that into our like Patreon tiers or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. All right.
They won't make much sense, I'm sure. They're all big gobbledygook, but
you know. All right. So unfortunately, here we are going to need to return to the Elsa. That is because we just picked up decoder number 2, and that is going to be very important to go ahead and use immediately. Segment address 2 is aboard the Elsa, so we're going to go ahead and go open that up real quick. It will make a lot of sense once I open it up and explain what it is, though.
oh yeah, I think I see what it is. So
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll just start explaining. So, the skill we're going to unlock is called Combo Boost. Combo Boost is one of the most important skills because it allows you to boost a character when they are already on the list at the bottom right of upcoming turns. So if, for example, you're on Junior's turn and you see Momo coming up in the rotation, you could still boost Momo if she has Combo Boost learned and equipped in one of her slots. So that's getting equipped on all of my party members immediately when I learn it.
yeah, that seems like a really strong ability.
Yep. It's kind of annoying because it's when you have to equip. It's like, no, there's not a scenario where I'm not gonna want this. This is so good. But you know, you just pay the tax. It's one of those abilities. It's just like, yeah, this requires a slot. This has to go in here. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, if the build was to use that constantly, then they might as well just made it a passive.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, again, like, I sort of get it. If you don't dedicate a slot to it, you're gonna have to be a little more judicious with your use of boost, I suppose. But it's just like, guys, did we really need to do that? But, is what it is.
Yeah, it's the difficulty, I think. I am not an expert in this field, obviously, but I think one
Unlike
of the
me.
difficulties.
Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, you might be. I don't know. I think one of the difficulties about fine-tuning and balancing a game, mechanically speaking, is that no matter how hard you try, someone is going to find a way to optimize it.
Yeah, of course.
And then that will become the way to play the game.
No, that's very true. Yeah. People are gonna break your game. That's one of the reasons playtesting is so important.
Right.
People are gonna break whatever. Like, if you have an intended way to play it, they're gonna go out of their way to play it the wrong way.
Right. Well, and if you have good QA testers, like, they'll do that on purpose. Like, you're paying them to do that exact thing.
Right.
So that you can find where the broken pieces are. And then you've got the opportunity to go, well, let's just leave it there and see what happens. You know, like,
Right.
especially with weird glitches and bugs, which is why speedrunning is so interesting, because people have found such unique ways to skip huge chunks of levels
They have.
or to, you know, do whatever, you know. Especially with older games, right? People have created entire mods around speedrunning and randomizing and all kinds of stuff. So
They have.
it's fascinating to watch.
It is indeed.
And so all that to say, you either get games where, like, more modern games tend to have regular patch updates. So, like, Elden Ring being a prime example, right? When it came out initially, there were certain boss encounters that were a lot harder. They're still difficult now, but, like, they aren't nearly on the level of I want to cry in a corner as they were when they first came out.
Sure. Here is
Radon is a prime
Starlight
example.
Era.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a solid skill. I quite like it. Are you talking about Consort Radon?
I don't think he's gotten easier. If they've tuned him down, he's still a huge pain in the butt.
Yeah. What's interesting though is original Radon. Oh my God, why am I not remembering his title?
It's just General Radon, right?
No, he's something else when you first encounter him. Oh my god, what is it? I keep wanting to say Star Killer, but that's wrong. That's Star Wars. What?
I'll get you. Star Scourge.
Star Scourge, that's it.
Star
that's
Scourge
it.
Radon.
God, anyway, he was much more difficult when the game first came out as well. He got nerfed.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Kind of wish they had nerfed the Orphan of Kos, but that's just my own personal trauma speaking.
Nah, man, nah. Kos is perfect.
Sure. Okay, so I will say he is a very tightly tuned boss fight.
Yeah,
and if
indeed.
you can get through the mechanics of it, you're fine. I've seen people like no hit that boss, so by all means.
Yeah, I like how clear his telegraphs are. He is just relentless.
Yeah. Anyway, my point being,
Yep.
Elden Ring, up until fairly recently, and we'll continue to get some soon, I'm sure, with the Tarnished Edition coming out.
Did I go the wrong way?
Got-
I think I did. Go ahead. Yeah.
Gets regular patch updates
Yeah.
that tweak weapons because they are constantly having to tune it because people have found a way to break the game,
Yeah.
which is what this entire conversation started off as.
Yeah.
And so it's just tough. It's really tough. Like, especially if you have online PvP or like MMO situations, regular tuning has to happen. Otherwise, the game isn't balanced. So,
Yeah. I'll put this out there in as generous of a way as I can, but I feel that a lot of games nowadays get out of my way. What the hell?
Nope.
I feel a lot of games overbalance, and I don't mean that like you should let completely broken things continue to exist in multiplayer games, especially if it's like completely ruining the experience for other players.
Right.
But a weapon just being very powerful should not require it to be cratered into near uselessness.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't really matter. Like, yeah. Okay, here we go. Secret key 22. Anyway, yeah.
Well, so to your point, a great example of this is, I mean, I know we're talking about Elden Ring again because what was it, Rivers of Blood?
Rivers of Blood
got nerfed so hard.
Yeah.
And this is before they started separating PvP versus PvE, which was a great decision on their end because that kept PvE stuff a little bit more
You may have to use
powerful.
some class boosts. Yeah.
But a great example of this overtuning, I think. This is just my own personal opinion. Some people may or may not agree with me. But in Clair Obscure, one of the characters, a very prominent character, if you built her in such a way, she would do millions upon millions of points of damage. If you built your party the right way.
That sounds cool.
And like she was one-shotting bosses, certain ones, really hard because she was doing so much damage. But the thing about that is, the way to do that is you have to get like all the sub like traits and stuff up to their max level. So you're clearly a New Game Plus at this point, right?
Yeah.
And you have to combine specific, like it's a specific meta build, and it definitely like leans into the I don't remember what you call it. You have a phrase for it. I don't remember what it's called, but basically where like your HP is low, so you do more damage.
Hyper mode. Hyper mode.
Hyper mode. Yes, it's like a hyper mode build. Essentially, is what it is.
That sounds kind of annoying, but yeah.
Yes, it is. But like when you look at how it works, the hyper mode aspect is almost a non-issue, except for like one, maybe two bosses at the end, which are meant to be these really hard bosses.
Right.
And they nerfed her ability to do that.
Of course.
And I was just like, why? It's a single player game. If someone wants to fight them like that, then let them do that. You have a damage cap breaking ability on your like thing. If they wanted the challenge, they could just take that off. Like
That's true.
So all that to say, I agree with you. I think sometimes they are a little overtuned. I don't think it was necessary. Had it been a multiplayer game, then yeah, absolutely fix that. Because that's broken.
Yeah.
Against somebody else, but...
Yeah, and I mean, you know, there is an argument to be made regarding Rivers of Blood. It's not one I personally agree with, but there's an argument to be made that it needed to be powered down a little bit. Drives me crazy, because number one, they have added, and we don't have to turn this into like talking about Elden Ring the whole time, but I'll just say, putting different balancing aspects into the PvP portion of the game was a necessary addition, and I applaud From Software for doing that. Because the massive balance changes were turning builds into just crap. You know, if you built around Rivers of Blood and they crater the weapon, you could still get through. I'm going down to the basement when I should be leaving. I'm gonna go back up and leave, and then anyway. But cratering
distracted him. I'm sorry.
Cratering the damage and cratering the stagger that it gives in a PvE scenario, because people are upset in PvP, makes me furious.
Yeah.
Because it's playing single player. Now, you can't really separate the multiplayer. Not really, but separating the PvP is extremely useful. Let's launch.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. For a single player game, though, like, let's leave it. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, and specifying PvE versus PvP is very important, right? Because
I think so, yeah.
Because if you are multiplayering, but it's cooperative, who cares if Rivers of Blood is like super powerful? That doesn't invalidate other builds, it just means that one is particularly strong with that weapon.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking as a game developer here, right? Like, maybe they want to not have people upset that their builds are garbage because somebody just comes in and wrecks everything. You know, again, I can understand. This is devil's advocate. This isn't my actual opinion.
Right.
Wow, they're way too fast for those traps sometimes. All right. Well,
and devil's advocate's still assuming PvP, right? Because with them separate.
No, in co-op as well. If you summon in a random co-op person, and then they just wreck the whole dungeon for you, like, some people might be okay with that. Some people might be like, man, that kind of sucks. It kind of ruined the experience a little bit, because part of it is the struggle of, like, going through and overcoming together kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but for the most part, PvP is mostly affected by that, yes.
Right. And it's interesting, though, because, like, I find that I have this problem regardless of my build. So I think it's a skill issue for me.
Oh, no.
Getting carried through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. We're playing seamless co-op, and if you watched our Godric fight, you can see evidence of the opposite of what Asta is saying right now, where I die in 5 seconds and he solos the fight with increased HP and a mostly useless summon. So I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, but that was a rare moment, because then I died to like 17 regular mobs before and after that, so it balances out.
Just playing a Souls game.
It's true. Oh look, I killed the boss. Oh, this dog killed me.
Yeah, well, the dogs, Souls dogs, though, man. Oh,
that's fair. You know what? That's a bad example. This turtle killed me. Oh.
Yeah, especially the dogs that can bleed you. Like, just put your controller down, man. Whatever.
Right.
All right.
So if you want to see more of our Elden Ring shenanigans, feel free to watch our video.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of fun with it. I don't think it's going to be a big optimizing thing. We're just kind of plowing through stuff and goofing off, basically. So
there's no way I can optimize with randomized numbers.
That's true. Random stat numbers. It's something I'm not doing, but you are. Yeah. Okay, but getting back to Xenosaga a little bit here. So you saw me learning some skills. I was checking to see if there's ways to get more class points, because essentially this is a really easy thing to have happen, where you have overspent your class points And now, like, there's combo boost right there. I can easily get it with the skill points, but I need 700 more class points with Momo. 1,000 with Junior and 1,200 with Kos-mos. So probably not all of them are going to get it, but I'm going to attempt to try to get it before the boss, because I would very much like to have that available for the boss of this area. So yeah, we'll see. We're not gonna worry about it just now, but yeah, at a certain point, I will be getting combo boost on everyone. Yeah, so I'll go back through it. We had a technical issue there. One thing I did want to mention here, I'll just go back through kind of what I was talking about. So, actually, Shion's a bad example. Let's look on Momo. So, the combo boost skill is right here. This is what we just learned, but I'm in a position to where I'm a little short on class points. So we're gonna see what we can do by the end of this before I fight the boss. Basically, to teach people combo boost if possible. At least my main party members. I am 700 short on Momo, and she's probably the one that's the closest, so I'm at least going to try to get it on her. If I can get it on other party members, I may rotate some other people in. We will see. It might be maybe a cause to use Jin in the party as well, since he can air enemies as well. But yeah, we'll see. It's also possible that I'll be able to just learn it on the characters I want to learn it on, and we'll go from there.
Fair enough. You know what else is possible?
What?
That you're a face.
That's not only possible, it's definite.
Yep. Definitive.
Yep. And if you viewers are wondering what a face is, it's the front part of your head. Moving
That's
on.
right. I don't know that we've relayed that in a while, so it's good to remind everybody.
The save point is so gigantic.
It is. It is rather large.
Oh my god.
Didn't we just have this conversation?
What?
So didn't we just have this conversation like 20 minutes ago?
No way, man. I never repeat myself. I never repeat my... Anyway.
Never, never, never. Oh,
got
hey,
him
you
this
got
time.
it. Good job. Had to shoot the trap from off screen.
Yup.
I am curious
You can't get away from my
what
sensor.
the circuitry behind the glass is.
Oh, the circuitry, but yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
Eat this.
One that I shall never have answers for because it's probably not explained.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we don't even know what this stronghold is. Like, clearly there are Utic people here. So,
Indeed,
you know,
we haven't really talked about that, have we? Yeah.
not really. So the assumption is that Utic created this base, but this pathway to Old Milsha hasn't been open for very long.
True. If you remember, when we were approaching, it seemed to, like, gate in.
Sure. I guess I kind of interpreted that as it, like, decloaking rather than gating in. But gating in would make more sense.
It appeared in some way. It's possible
Right.
it was moved into the path, basically in the abyss, if you will.
Right. But a moving stronghold of that caliber,
Eat this.
like, I assume they built it with the intention to do exactly what it's doing.
That would stand to reason, yeah.
Especially with all the, like, defensive turrets around it.
We won!
Because you don't normally just build a fortress space station on a whim. Like, I know UTIC is a military organization. They
Maybe you
have
don't.
the resources. Okay, fine. That's a reasonable response
Got
that I
him.
cannot speak to. That's a lot of EXP and points.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But I'm just curious. Okay, so I'm making an assumption here about the people who lead the UTIC organization, and assuming this is in fact a UTIC mechanism.
Installation.
Let's-
Station,
yeah, installation.
whatever.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Something like this would have taken years to build, which means, and I know they've been working toward the Y data for years.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's not unreasonable, but my assumption is that they are making the assumption that, okay, we're going to get this open, and we're going to need a flying fortress for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just kind of wrapping my head around it, trying to understand why not a ship the size of the Damarung or something, you know?
Could be because we did get dialogue explaining that the Stronghold is basically taking up the entire pathway between the singularities.
Right.
So
But if the path has been closed up to this point, then how would they know the singularities are even there?
So it was referred to as the Abyss, which is evocative language to use. One might think of the Revelation of John, cast into the abyss kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But yeah, I mean, the idea here is that it's part of the path to Miltia, and Miltia has been the focus
The
of
enemies have been exterminated.
basically what everyone's been trying to do. You know,
Right.
everybody's been trying to get back to Miltia. It's the all-important place to go.
Yeah. I guess, and maybe this first half, the first jump she makes, great, because like they make the jump, and then she's like, "Cool, we're halfway there." Maybe that first jump is still charted, right? And then the second half is where they have to use
There was a lot
this
of
new revealed path. I don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot of ambiguity around the path, and what exactly, like, how was this sector sealed? What exactly happened when using the Y? Like, is the Y data bringing the sector back from, say, the Abyss or some sort of space-time anomaly, which is what has been stated Miltia has disappeared into, is a space-time anomaly, basically.
Right.
How did that happen? Well, the Zohar was involved. That's about all we know.
Right.
Yeah, it's an interesting question for sure.
Yeah, and it's a backdoor path too that Momo like discovered along the way. So I don't know. There's just a lot of questions that probably have really obvious and simple answers, and I'm overthinking them. But here we are.
Maybe. Remember, this is Xenosaga.
Yeah. Charging.
Ooh, I might actually just kill him. Okay, all right.
Yes, when everything and nothing is as it seems.
Eat this.
Yeah, so
Eat this.
very complex, and also a lot of recalibration of story. Specific, like plot. The plot has been recalibrated on this game.
Right.
A good bit.
And a lot happened too that was just kind of expositioned at you between the fight with Albedo and here.
Yep.
So, because we have the Federation moving into place to protect quote unquote the path.
Ether drive.
We've got the UTIC organization doing whatever they're doing. We've got the Kukai Foundation / second Miltic, second Miltia
Yep.
government also kind of like allying themselves with the Federation to help try to control the chaos, essentially.
Right.
Unsuccessfully, I might add.
Oh yeah. It's all descended into chaos at this point, and there are certain actors who would take advantage of chaos.
Right. And I feel like there was another organization that was mentioned in all of that too.
Eat this.
Wait, who have you mentioned so far?
I've mentioned the Kukai Foundation, the provisional second Militian provisional government, and the Federation. But I feel like there was another.
So if you're talking governments, right?
I feel more like a combat
Not
model
exclusively,
these days.
because
Okay,
Utic
then-
isn't necessarily a government,
Okay, then
but these are the
Vector.
ones that, yeah, I know Vector's involved.
Vector's very involved, yes.
What is Wilhelm up to anyway?
He's got some things on his mind.
He does, and so to run you through my thought process here, Wilhelm and Chaos clearly have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when the man in red is wearing a similar outfit to what Virgil was wearing at the end of the last one, and Virgil called Chaos Boss.
True.
Um,
Wait, who are you saying has a connection?
but Wilhelm and Chaos.
Ah, okay. Yep.
I feel like they might even be part of the same species. I don't know. Like
Fascinating.
I don't know if they're human or not. There's a huge implication that Chaos is not.
Chaos is definitely weird.
Right.
Look, it's a giant bridge.
Yeah. I wonder where it came from. Like, even if he is human to some degree, there's also something else about him. And he knows things that nobody else seems to, or at least that's implied, right? Because we don't get that information. It's just there's a way he acts that assumes knowledge.
Look at all that. Energy conduits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting because there are things that are stated as if he is aware of them, but they're not
Yeah.
fully explained because he is aware of them, and so is the other actor that he's speaking with. What's her Nephilim comes to
Nephilim.
mind there.
Yep. Nephilim. And so Wilhelm has got this same energy,
Yeah.
right? I feel like he's more in manually moving pawn pieces.
Interesting.
Like, I don't think Wilhelm opened the opportunity alone for Xi'an to go out, because clearly she's still connected. She and Kos-mos are still connected to all of this deeply. Anyway, all that to say, Nephilim, Chaos, Wilhelm. And this is how my brain works, by the way, in case you're ever wondering. Wilhelm and Chaos both have white hair for being so young.
Who does?
Wilhelm and Chaos.
Wilhelm and Chaos. Okay. Yep.
And Chaos had like these very angelic like skills in the last game. I'm assuming that carries over to this one.
Angel wings, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, his attacks are more generic, like everybody's, but they conjure wings when he uses them.
Right. So for a lack of a better term for them at this present time, I am wondering if Wilhelm and Chaos, and by extension Nephilim, because they kind of seem to be all part of the same grouping, are angelic beings.
Right. That makes sense as a conclusion, or an ad hoc guess as to what the hell they are.
Right. Because, like, they clearly have a tie to the Zohar. Or at least Nephilim does. And again, I'm making, by extension, connections here. So I could be way off base. This would be the first time I've been like, what if it's this? And been, like, close, but also so far away. And there have been other guesses that were nowhere near the ballpark. Not even in the same, like, country.
Depends on the data you have, of course.
Right. That's why I'm saying, like, with what I understand, and not having the terminology that there probably is in existence currently.
Yeah. There's a lot. This series is very good at obscuring
Let's get going.
what is actually going on with characters and plot developments behind things that seem a lot more familiar.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That's what Xenogears did too, right?
Yes. Xenogears tended to make more connections, though.
That's true.
To put it more specifically, Xenogears had a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Whereas this game, there aren't as many layers as far as like singular thing. I like to put it this way. Xenogears is a game that starts simple and each step makes sense, but when you step back and look at it by the end of it, you're like, oh my god, there is so much that has happened. And then you play it again and you realize, oh, they've been talking about all of this stuff from the beginning. I just didn't have the vocabulary and the experience of these characters to draw from to make the conclusions, but it doesn't feel like anything's being obscured. Like, there were multiple sentences where tons of pronouns were used, and that was some of the, the viewer is looking on, and we don't want to reveal that to the viewer yet, but it was done in such a way to where you are like, oh, okay, these people are so familiar with each other. In Xenosaga, when they do that, it can be characters that just met each other.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is one of the bigger problems with it, I feel like, is
there's an assumed knowledge that the characters have versus the viewer.
Yeah. Yeah, and part of it is it's because they live in this world, right? But it's just taken pretty far, I think, in Xenosaga.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that anything would ever compare to that I have seen to date. Again, there's always caveats, right? Things that I may not have experienced.
Challenge accepted. Go on.
Right. But I don't know that there's any narrative in a JRPG that I've played with you or by myself that is as complexly, and I don't mean that in a negative way, like it's not complicated necessarily, but it is a complex interweaving of narrative with all the layers and the subtext and everything else. Like, it's a very narratively strong game, including all of the like analogies and references and themes. Like there's layer upon layer upon layer of stuff, and every time you look at it and re-examine it, there's something new to discover. Let's get going. So it's very rich. So, but the complexity is what makes it rich, which makes it good, right? Like, so
sure. Yeah,
it would be hard to replicate that.
Yeah,
in a non-artificial way. And if it's done artificially, you can kind of tell with stuff like that, and you're just like, this is not as good.
These floating guys, you may want to rotate Ziggy or Chaos out of your party if you're using them, because they can't pretty much do anything against these jerks. They also don't have a break zone, so yeah, we're gonna build up and just kind of unleash attacks on them as much as we can here. Yeah, I term Xenogears a masterpiece, and I don't term a lot of things that. Yeah. Because of just how complex it is. Yeah. And so, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just in agreement with you. I feel like that's a valid title to give it, right? Because I'm like you. It was rare for me to be like, dude, this was masterfully done. This is a masterpiece. It is not something I would say on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like where somebody calls everything epic. You know, it's just like, bro,
yeah.
Not everything is epic, all right?
Not to harken back to our college days, but yes.
That's why I try not to compare this game too much to Xenogears, because even though there's obvious reasons to do that, it's just not fair. Like,
well, yeah, right. Oh, look at this gold, like, bust of something beautiful. Oh, look, there's a stone one that kind of looks like a person. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
it's also like Xenosaga is trying to do something very different than
Yes.
Xenogears was trying to do.
That's
So,
true. And
Yeah,
I
I try
applaud
to take
it.
it for what it is. Yeah.
yeah, the ambition behind this is no less admirable, even if the execution isn't quite as good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
and I
I
don't want
tend-
anybody.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't want anybody to think that me or Dan. I think we made it clear, but neither of us are trying to hate on the games. We're just observing, talking about the different aspects. I really enjoyed Xenosaga 1, and I'm enjoying 2. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions.
Yeah. That's normal for dealing with this game. It
Right.
invokes so many questions.
I'm sure it's normal for Xenoblade too.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I would like to get to Xenoblade. That would be fun. The way a lot of people talk about Hideo Kojima is the way I tend to regard Tetsuya Takahashi, which may be one of the best compliments you can give. Like I very much respect his creative vision, his work. I mean, I'm an owner of Xenogears Perfect Works.
We won!
And so I very much would like to go through Xenosaga. Xenoblade. We're going through Xenosaga, and I've beaten this series all the way through once or twice, I think. But I've played episode 1 and 2 a lot. I have played 3 less. I think I've beaten 3 once, actually. But Xenoblade is something I would very much like to go through. It's just, there's so much. It's so open world.
Why are you doing this?
Right. Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
We have received a lot of encouragement from people that we know to put it on our channel, so it'll come eventually.
Yeah.
We're just probably gonna have to figure out how best to tackle it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Kinda
because
like-
it's got so many side quests and it's so much content. You know, it's in some
Right.
ways worse than Elden Ring as far as channel format.
Right, and we're trying to streamline that and half succeeding. I don't know. We have big goals, and then we go, ooh, shiny, what's over here?
Kind of like Tetsuya Takahashi.
Yeah.
I also really like giant robots. I can relate to how much he enjoys giant robots.
Yeah. It's interesting, because, I know I made a bunch of Gundam references in Xenogears
Yep.
with the way they function, but the ties to Gundam aren't quite as obvious in the Xenosaga series so far.
That's true. And it's because, again, like, they toned down a lot of that. A lot of the influences Takahashi had on the series have been largely toned down in episode 2. I think that's why a lot of people say that episode 3 is the best of them. I think there's a lot of reasons for that, and I understand the technical ones. Even though I don't fully agree, like 3 might be my least favorite of Xenosaga. It's not that I dislike it. It just bugs me. I don't know.
We can get into that when we get to 3.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunity to discuss that.
I will fully explain my opinion on 3, because it's not all negative, really. Like, there's some great stuff in 3. I really, really enjoy 3. But compared to 1 and 2, it's not the same. It's like a step down, in my opinion. In all but one area. There's one area it excels in better than any other in this series, I think. And it's my favorite part of that game. But anyway, yeah, we'll get to 3 when we get to 3.
Now that we've incited the masses,
Of course.
please don't set us on fire too much in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I respect the opinion, and I do understand the opinion of people that say 3 is the best of them, because in some ways it really is. Part of it's nostalgia, too. I played 1 and 2 a lot when I was much younger. And I've not played... Like, I couldn't get my hands on 3 because it was hard to find, and I got distracted by so many other games. But it was cool to come back to it and play through 3 and see where the storyline ended up.
Yeah.
It was cool and also like, what in the hell is happening? You know, mixture of things, yeah.
I find that, okay, so I can think of at least 2 distinct examples of this happening in other video game series. So I'm wondering if there's like a trilogy problem. And I use the term loosely, where something about the way the second entry works that makes the third not feel as good. Maybe it's just the way the ending is done.
What trilogy
whatever.
are you thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking of a couple of different ones, but but even movies have this problem, right? Anyway, the point being, so like Mass Effect is a great example.
Oh, okay.
I personally like all 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
But almost everybody I talk to about Mass Effect will tell you that you need to play 1 to get the story, right?
Yeah,
and
the
1's a
puzzle
good
here.
game. It's fine on its own.
Yeah.
It is very strange. But 2 is the far superior game to 1.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
that's generally the way it's regarded, yeah.
right. And 2 is a fantastic story. Like if I were to rank them, it would be 2, 1, 3. Honestly.
Sure.
I really like 3. I didn't have a problem with the way they ended it. Unlike
Anyway.
I know, unlike 99% of the people I know. But it had problems.
I like the ending of the trilogy. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but it had its problems, and I accept those and I acknowledge them. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Kind of like with you, right? Like I hear you, I agree, but you know, I have other thoughts that I'm not going to go into right now.
Yeah, sure.
The elevator rests on an industrial weight-resistant coil. Please place cargo on the platform to lower it by degrees. It can be raised again by removing the load.
Yeah. The aggravate everybody by being contrarian edition of Xenosaga here.
I mean, we got to have at least 1 a year, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, we have to mess with these crates in order to get the elevator to go where we want to go. So I'm just gonna follow exact instructions on how to do this because puzzles annoy me. So we're gonna stand to the right and press square 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Now we stand below the pillar. 1, 2. All right, now we go to the right and push the last 2.
Perfect.
Now, what did that do? Well, let's go down this incredibly long ladder.
Okay, well, since we got time, the other trilogy I was thinking of is actually Kingdom Hearts.
Pretty good ladder. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That, if you can call it a trilogy, yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, and that's kind of my point. But outside of, like, the several entries, right?
Right.
That feels like that... Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, because it had to be lower to get on it. Got it.
Exactly.
But 2 is such a great entry. It's absolutely my favorite Kingdom Hearts game between 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh, that's a tough call. Yeah, 2's probably my favorite as well.
I really like 3. I like what they did with 3. I thought it was refreshing and cool, and they had lots of neat things in it. But something about the way the 2 sits with me is just so good. The final boss fight's super satisfying. Like, you know what's at stake. It's all going, right? And 3 ends in such a way where, especially if you haven't been participating in any of the other stories, like, ooh, who knows what's going on. But yeah, like something about 2. Anyway, you'll want to push the far left box. So if we do this in grids, right?
Ooh, you got this?
Top.
Okay. I was about to just try it. All right, so push this one.
Yep, third square, you're going to push it to the right.
Okay.
Chunk, 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 chunk.
Oh, and then probably this one.
E4. Yeah, it's gridded. Yes, up and then to the right and then push it to the exit.
so I would very much like to get to that segment address. Is that what we're doing, or making the bridge first?
I'm
Well,
just going off of what's here.
We may have to do it with the green crates up there, actually.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so the next one is going to be G4, which is near the bottom. Yeah, that
This
one
one?
right there.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to push it up to... Yep.
Up, right, up?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
So what I'm looking at is gridded, so from like top to bottom, it's A through H, and then from left to right is 1 through 10.
Yeah, I got you.
So the next one's going to be B4, which is going to be the... And that's going to be...
Up one?
Yes. Yep, so B4 gets pushed to A4. C6, so that's 5, 6 is the one right next to it.
This one?
So that's 5, and go over 1 is 6.
Really? This would be 6 if the first one is 1.
Really?
Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 10 across.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to read it out to you then. So we pushed B4 to A4, C6 goes up to A6.
Yeah.
Then we go from
And then
A6 to A5, and then
Yeah.
exit, yeah.
And then onto the... I got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think we have to make this bridge first, because we need the green crates in order to get to the segment address.
Gotcha. So C7 to A7, A7 to A5, A5 to exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just do the same again with the last one.
Yes.
That moves a lot slower than I thought it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Slide, slide, slide. It's awful slick floor with these big metal boxes.
Yep. Pink. Okay.
If for some reason you mess this up, you can always leave and come back and it resets.
Indeed. Alright, let's get this across here.
Yeah, northeast corner reaches a save point. So we're going to create a path for you to be able to reach it. Huh.
Oh, you know what? I think you have to push it down here. That's going to be interesting. So you can do 3 of them. But how do we actually... Alright, hang on a second. No, there's 5. Yeah, that's curious. Because I'm thinking we set up the path here, but then how do we get them to go that way? Let's see.
Good question. It's not clear here. It just says toy around with the gray crates.
Fascinating. If we leave
Yep.
and go to the save point, does it reset them?
Yeah, I think it does, yeah.
Alright, well, let's avoid that for now. Okay, so if I'm thinking about this, should be able to get 2 crates down here pretty easily. The problem comes with how do we get the other ones?
Yeah. So what I don't know is if the green crate will the green crates slide all the way, right? Because we've got to get
Right.
it down and pushed to the side.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I see. So if you push the not the furthest one to the right, but the one right next to it down, does it slide into that slot?
Interesting. Down here? This one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
One
So
at
it
a
goes
time.
one segment at a time.
Oh, these are different. That is the solution. Okay.
That's it's very helpful.
Yeah. Let's say I don't remember this.
Being
freaking-
super hard.
This being very hard. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
That-
Yep.
There.
You'll have to kick that one down and then just run around the boxes and push it over
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna want to be able to kick it to the right, which is why it's important to get it going this way first.
Yep.
I think I can walk to the door. All right. So
Yeah, and then just repeat the process
Yep.
with the other two, and I think that'll get you squared away.
Get it? Because they're boxes.
So funny.
I get it.
Oh, man. We have a good time here.
Uh-huh.
How awful would it be if you only had, like, if it was like 6 spaces and you only had 5 boxes?
That would be very unfortunate.
I don't even know how you would, like, go about
Fixing that?
trying to solve that, yeah.
No idea.
I guess if you could find a way to magically move the gray box on the bottom up the pathway.
I guess so.
There we go. How kind of it to fit perfectly inside the square and not
Address.
tip and fall here.
Yeah. Number 13. So we have it, but we don't have the decoder for it yet. All right. Now, we can head up to the save point. Probably gonna have to do that again to actually open the segment address, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
It's fine.
Get it? Because I'm standing on a bridge.
Stop it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, this area looks familiar.
So the blue tubes, I think, go up, and the yellow tubes go down, which is why this blue tube, we can't do anything with it, because it goes up. So let's see. Okay, so we're gonna use
yep.
this one.
Yep. We're going to ignore the next one.
We must kill a guy.
And then we'll take the blue tube after that.
The blue tube.
I wonder how long you'll survive.
Do you think
That's
they
what
have a
we're watching
website
blue tube.
called bluetube.com? I hope so.
I do too.
That would be great.
What would the logo be for a website known as Blue Tube?
Just be like a Mario tube, but it's blue. Maybe.
Mystic powers!
It's probably the most low effort answer I can give to that question.
And it's just like a lowercase b and t next to the tube, which is somehow tilted.
It's good enough.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Vive 2 prototype and Calx 2 prototype. All right. Let's see. Vive 2 prototype is BB. Okay.
What kind? These are some weird creatures.
Yes, they are.
Were they doing biological experimentation on this stronghold?
Perhaps. 666 damage. Oh my god. All right.
Oh no. You've doomed us all.
Oh no. The Calx 2 prototype is CB.
Why are its arms tied behind its back?
I don't know.
Can it break it?
And what?
Can it break the restraint?
Not that I'm aware of.
Hmm.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for Mother?
I'm glad I could help.
I don't know what he was saying.
I have no idea.
He had something to say when he died, but I have no idea what it was.
And they can turn it way up in post and find it.
There you go.
No guarantees, if I even think about it. We're going
Blue.
to pass the first one and take the second.
Pass the first yellow tube and take the... Alright, cool. Take the second one. Taking the second one. Ah! What the...
There you go. And then we're going to go fight the bad guy on the right there.
A bad guy.
the weird creature.
Bad guys. We have to defeat bad guys.
But then we'll find
I
another
will proceed
segment
to eliminate the enemy
address.
threat.
Yeah!
And we actually have the decoder for this one.
Love it. Yeah, this is another really, really good skill to learn, so.
Oh, yeah, it is. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm. You get a pretty significant power boost from coming to this stronghold.
Of course, it's going to get immediately taken anyway.
Huh?
It will immediately be used on like all your characters, if
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
Kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Stop it. Oh, cool, it worked. Alright. Kos-mos is a character with relatively low ether. Sometimes has trouble with casting refresh. Alright.
I do think it's interesting that they included a failure point based off a stat.
Yeah. Quit it.
Because you're already expending the resource to cast it.
Yeah, I'm not
And then
a
to
big,
have a percentage chance of it to fail is kind
I'm
of...
not a big fan of the way they do status effects in this game. Like, it's not great in my opinion.
Yeah.
They are useful though, but I'm just. Eh.
Eat this.
He's got steam coming out of his mouth.
It's because he's very angry.
Is it because he's angry?
Of course.
Okay, so based off of our...
Mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
Let me check something before I say that.
What?
Ah. I was trying to see when this episode would come out,
Yeah.
and it's before our Skyward Sword first episode.
Ah.
Anyway, the question I was going to ask, kind of regardless, is the assumption then that steam out of your nose is affection, but steam out of your mouth is anger?
Maybe.
Excitement might be the better word for it. Affection's not a good word.
I feel more
Excitement.
like the combat model
He's
these days.
overcome with emotion. I don't know his life. I can't judge him.
I mean, you probably could.
No.
If you want context on that,
Segment
check out
address.
tomorrow's video where we have our first Skyward Sword episode.
Yeah. It's been really fun so far. Secret key 9. All right. So we're gonna go look at this skill real quick. This is class level 2. H. Expansion pack. Increases skill slots by 1. This is fantastic. The skill slots they are talking about are these, the equip skills. So you can equip 4 of those if you learn expansion pack. So yeah, that is going to be good. I will be doing some evaluation of skills before the next episode. That is for sure, because
Yeah.
there are a lot that we've unlocked that I want, and we may have to make some decisions about what we're going to get for, you know, the next boss and everything. But that one's good. Combo boost is good.
Yep.
If you can learn both, then you have an
I
extra
wonder how
slot
long
to
you'll
just
survive.
put combo boost in. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's gonna be used up immediately.
Yep.
So really, you're still just dealing with 3.
3.
I'm going to use this extra slot to create a passive, and then I'll use my regular 3 to determine how I want to be equipped.
Yes, indeed. It is also possible we're going to have to delay combo boost to get expansion pack 1 on our main party here, because it's just going to be important to be able to equip 4 skills for this boss. the boss that's coming up for this stronghold is a difficulty spike. We're probably not going to struggle with it very much, but they still hit very hard. So.
Well then. And we still haven't even hit the areas where like fights are taking longer than you expect, huh?
Well, some of these fights take a while. It's not necessarily that, like... So it depends, right? Should a random encounter take 5 minutes? Should it take 10 minutes? Should it take a minute and a half? Or so, you know, like...
Right, yeah.
What is the correct length for a random encounter? Is kind of the question. I think it really depends. Like, how technical is the random encounter? How many are there?
Yeah.
Is very relevant, I think.
Looking at you, Sea of Stars, with your random giant HP enemy pool.
Right. The Sea of Stars is an example of a game where there just weren't a massive amount of them, and they weren't random, right?
Yeah.
They were on the screen. So you run around and you find these enemies, and you're just like, oh, there's enemies here. And so it's kind of not a huge deal.
Yeah, well, I was specifically thinking of the DLC where you had to fight, like, it was a pack of, like, 4 or 5 enemies.
Yup.
They had twice the amount of HP they would normally have.
Yep.
And they hit like a truck.
Yup. That's, of course, the in-game fight that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that... It depends, like... Are there some random encounters that are... I'm going to use some of these, because I've got way too many.
Yeah.
Are there some random encounters where it's more acceptable? Like, fights that are not bosses, right?
Right. Gonna take the blue one.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And then we're gonna take the next blue tube.
But I think my contention with the random encounters in this game is they're very technical for being random encounters.
We're gonna take the yellow tube next.
And
Yeah.
so 5 minutes can feel like 15 minutes because you're having to set up, make sure you hit their zone, make sure you combo and all of that. In
Sure.
almost every encounter, not to mention enemies that don't have a break zone. It's why I feel like had they implemented weapons in this game, it might be regarded very differently.
Yeah, take the second blue tube.
Second blue tube.
Well, that one goes... Oh, no, they do go up. Okay, yep. All right,
to
back at the
beginning.
entrance. Yep. Which is fine. We can save our progress if we want. This is also right about stopping if you want to do that, or we can push on to the last save point right before the boss, it looks like.
Yeah, let's complete this puzzle real quick. Well, it's not really a puzzle, but it's let's complete this path so we can show it, and then we're gonna open the next episode with the boss, I think.
Okay, so then we're going to take the first yellow tube down. We're going to ignore the next one and use the blue tube after we kill this 5.
Yep.
I will proceed to eliminate the enemy threat.
Oh, there's more of them. Oh boy. Yeah, this is around the point where I started to feel a little like, battles are kind of dragging some. It's not that it's difficult necessarily, it's just there are a lot of long animations, it's a turn-based system, and you have to build up so much to effectively do damage most of the time. Doing full stocks in combat encounters to kill most enemies is, you know...
Yeah.
It's a thing.
The amount of setup for just like general nukes does
Yep.
seem like a lot.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, it's not... I like this system. I really do like this combat system. But I have to acknowledge, like, this can be exhausting to deal with.
Sure, yeah.
Eat this. Eat this.
There's a lot of turn-based RPGs like this. I mean, technically this game doesn't have random encounters either. They're on the screen.
They're just a lot harder to avoid, though.
But just, yeah, with the amount of them, it just takes a while to plow your way through all of it.
It's interesting because the animations, while they do take a little while, for some reason, to me, they don't feel as bad as Xenosaga 1's animations in fights.
Well, Xenosaga 1 had basically cutscenes for their tech attacks. I think that's kind of why, right? Like, oh my god, why is it taking so long to just do this, like, kill all, like, hit all move? Like, Chion's hit all move, takes a minute to set up, you know. Spell Ray takes a second to set up and use. Even after you trigger the attack, it's like, oh yeah, we're blasting with Spell Ray. Alright, we got a good 20 seconds of this animation.
Right, yeah.
I'm doing it in every battle, and so the lack of activity, whereas I am actively engaged with this system the whole time. So,
yeah,
in a lot of ways, this system's a little more abbreviated, but it requires more consistent action, and battles take a minute to complete most of the time. By a minute, I mean like 5 to 7 minutes, you know? Like it takes some time to finish up a battle.
Yeah, sure. You know, it's interesting because in Skies of Arcadia, as a example of another JRPG that has a lot of very cinematic animations, almost everything you do, unless you're just doing a basic attack, has some kind of cinema to it.
Yep.
Whether it's casting spells or using special abilities or whatever. And I feel like that doesn't feel as bad in the same way. Like, so I don't know if it's just because at some point, if you get tired of watching it, you can just start to skip it.
You can.
And maybe that's why it feels fine, because you can just skip through like the 30-second long Pirate's Wrath or whatever. You're gonna take, kill the
blue
vibe,
tube.
use the blue tube, and then take the first yellow one.
Yeah.
So it's not like cinematic moves can't be used effectively. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends. Another game that uses a lot of cinema in its encounters is Final Fantasy IX. But a lot of those, because it's the active time battle system, you can do other stuff while animations are going off.
Pass the first one in second, and then use the yellow tube.
Yellow tube.
And then we're going to take another yellow tube.
Pass 2 blue tubes and take a yellow tube. I see an enemy.
And then we're going to pass 2 blue tubes and take another yellow tube.
I will proceed to eliminate the enemy threat.
Didn't we just do that?
Well, there's two lines of it.
Yeah,
But
true.
you are fighting enemies, so maybe just duplicated.
Maybe.
Because it's enemy, use blue tube, take first yellow tube, then we take another yellow tube, and then we pass the first and second blue tube and use a yellow tube, and then do that again. So maybe those just got duplicated somehow. Kill another enemy, and then use the blue tube.
Directions! Ah!
I know,
Alright, this one.
Eventually we'll find our way to a green tube,
That's true.
and that's the Mario tube, so you know it's the right way.
Eat this.
Or something.
But yeah. This has been the Ormus Stronghold. We are almost to, not exactly, like, we're almost to the ultimate boss of the Stronghold. It's not the last thing we're going to deal with here, but it definitely feels like the conclusion, if you will. Ah, quit statusing me. Stop it.
Yeah.
Fools.
Charging. Ether drive.
Why are you facing that way, Junior? Get out of here.
Oh, is this the boss you were talking about?
I'm glad I can help.
Yeah, we'll
to help
discuss
with
that
the-
next
okay.
time. Yeah, basically this boss has a long thing you can do with it that I'm not going to subject you, the viewers, to. Yeah, so I think this is take a blue tube and then take the yellow tube. And then
Okay.
that should take us down to... I could be
Okay.
wrong about that, but I think I got it.
We'll find out in a minute. So. It says go right.
Mm-hmm.
Green tube?
Green tube. Green tube.
Yay! We did it.
Green tube is at the end, but yeah, again, I will explain this a little bit more in the next video, but basically this boss is very important for a lot of reasons, some of which are gameplay related. It's also some very interesting lore, in my opinion.
It's a lot of water.
Yep.
Core unit system.
Yes, indeed. We've made it to the core of the Ormus Stronghold. And it's been a pretty cool dungeon. I quite like this one. But yeah, we are going to be fighting the next boss in the next episode. We're going to be opening it with a very important boss. It's one of my favorites. I quite like this boss. And yeah, it's a very interesting encounter, in my opinion, for quite a lot of reasons that I will be going over. And yeah, between episodes, I will be going through and checking skills, seeing what I can do with them. And yeah, hopefully we'll be powered up a little bit. There's only so much I can do when I'm kind of stuck class points wise, but I do have some class upgrades, so we'll just see where we are.
Yeah. All right, well, all that to say, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope we haven't turned you off too much with our discussion of controversial topics or whatever. I don't know, opinions. No, we are glad to have you here, and if you have any thoughts on anything we've discussed today, feel free to drop them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Subscribe, like, all that stuff, share with your friends, please. Helps us out tremendously. Outside of that, thank you so much for letting us be a part of your day. We're so glad that you chose to watch our video, and we do hope it is a wonderful day. And we will see you all in the next video.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye now. Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.